You think I'm afraid of that uniform? Where I can see the boy's hands. During Brother's funeral, a distinguished black military commander uttered those hateful words, which ignited a national inferno. When hate took over the burial, General Marcus Hayes stood in solemn salute, paying final respects to the man who had run into fire to save others. With his pistol pulled, white policeman Dale Simmons rushed through the sobbing crowd, yelling orders at a hero rather than a threat. The ceremony broke down as the gun trembled and was pointed straight at Marcus's chest. Into Anarchy Marcus, however, didn't flinch or yell. He did not even bring his hand down. In a single instant, his composed demeanor behind the barrel of a loaded firearm revealed every flaw in the system. The officer's warnings were drowned out by his quiet. This wasn't just any halt. This was not an error. In front of children, veterans, and a coffin, it was the face of discrimination masquerading as formality. After being captured on camera, the incident went viral online, receiving 22 million views in a single day. Hashtags like #CHAKR dominated social media. People were appalled by the situation, as well as the deed itself. A senior military commander in full uniform, who is viewed as a threat due to the color of his skin. It was disrespectful to not consider a black guy deserving of respect, even if he had medals on his chest. And this had nothing to do with fear. Beyond the news, one of Marcus Hayes' stories, being the son of a schoolteacher and a caretaker, he advanced through the ranks via perseverance, bravery, and an unwavering sense of responsibility. He led rescue efforts in hurricane-affected areas, served 2 tours in Afghanistan, and put his life in danger to expose corruption. In military supply networks, he earned everything, but in that officer's opinion, only the flesh he wore mattered, not the stars on his shoulder or the flag he battled for. Marcus appeared in court 3 days later to call for justice rather than retribution. He spoke to the judge with poise that had been developed on battlegrounds. I have encountered insurgents abroad. However, nothing prepared me for the icy steel of a gun pointed at me by one of our own, not an enemy, as I was grieving for my brother. There was a startled quiet in the courtroom. Those who had never personally witnessed racism suddenly realized how cruel it is. Officer Simmons and intimacy. He felt threatened, but the facts spoke louder, and he stood by his excuse without expressing regret. Records revealed that Simmons had previously been the subject of 5 racial profiling accusations, 2 settlements, and 1 suspension, and each one had been ignored or forgotten. Prosecutors have so far based their case on both the civil rights violation and assault with a dangerous weapon. When a line was drawn for the first time, the jury listened to guilty. The judge gave the punishment, her voice trembling with controlled rage. Prison life without the possibility of release. You indicated a weapon. You defiled the uniform you wore and the badge you carried, she said, not just at a man, but at the values he stands for. Justice that so many had been denied at last had a name and a face. Marcus didn't smile or cheer. You never saw me. You saw what you feared. That's what nearly killed me, he replied plainly, addressing Simmons eye to eye. History was written at that moment. Marcus started giving speeches at police stations and military locations, and later established scholarships for first responders' kids of all races, calling for reform, promoting talks that nobody wanted to have, but that were necessary for everyone. Justice doesn't always yell. Therefore, his name came to represent up without retaliating. There are moments when it just won't step down. There was more to this than a police officer and a general. It had to do with a nation deciding what it wanted to be. A country that celebrates all of its heroes, or one that, out of distrust, silences them. If this tale resonated with you, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a karma remark below.